Hello everybody, in this Grasshopper video demo, I would like to show how we can create a definition that can be used to make parametric patterns for the distributions of holes and air vents for products such as hair dryers and speakers, similar to the one that is shown on screen. Okay, basically you can control things like the size of the air vents as demonstrated, or you can create the waviness pattern, for example, as demonstrated over here, and some other features. Okay, let's start. Let's create a line by making 2 points. Okay, so I'm going to vector construct point to create our first point, which is at the 0, 0, 0 coordinate. Okay, and then I want to create another point that is along the y-axis, okay, by using the move component and plugging the motion to vector unit y, and we can give a numerical value to establish the distance from the original point. Let's give it a further distance. Okay, now let's proceed to create our line. Type line. I'm going to use create a line between 2 points. Okay, start and end point. Okay, and start point is this, and end point is this. Okay, so I got a line here, and let's control the y coordinate so that we can create a start point that is away from the 0, 0, 0 coordinate. So I'm going to give some value for the y coordinate. This will allow us some kind of a control with regards to the length and the distance away from the center of the line. Plug it here. Yeah, you can see, yeah, I'm able to control this in this way. Let's give it a bigger maximum, maybe 15. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to rebuild this line to make it into a curve that can be modified and bent. Okay, so connect here, give it a degree of say 3 and a point count of say 6 at the moment. Okay, now what I'm going to do next is to divide the curve into segmented points. Okay, so I'm going to type the divide curve, plug this in, and we can modify the point count by giving a slider input here. Okay, let's make this a bit longer. Okay, you notice that the point distributions are even. However, what I want is to have points that are either converging or diverging from a corner. So what I'm going to do is to create additional definitions to control the distribution of the points. Okay, and we can do so by using a distance component, okay, that will be used to measure a distance, and which allows me to apply some kind of scaling to control the distribution of the points. Okay, so the point A, I will want it to be at the center of the viewport. Okay, so we can do so by going to vector point and do a construct point. And B is this over here. Okay, and now let me hide the original points. Okay, I'm going to put a panel to let you see what happened. Okay, you can see that the distance AB is dishing out a list of distances with regards to the points and their distance from the center, which is the 0, 0, 0. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is to redistribute these points. By using scaling. So I'm going to type scale, okay, and then this point B, we want to scale it with respect to the center being here 0, 0, 0. Okay, so I'm going to plug this here, and the center will be our construct point. Okay, this will be the center. Okay, the factor is in fact associated with the distance, but if you were to plug it inside here, you'll notice that the distributions are like not really within our control. So what I'm going to do is do some kind of definition over here to allow us for better control. And the way to do it is to remap the number. So I'm going to type a remap number component, and let's type bounds. Okay, so we want to take this original value, these are the original values, and plug it into the remap number, and the source of the bounds is going to be these values plug into here, and then this plug into here. Okay, let me just put a panel here so you can see what happened. Okay, so our distribution is from 17 to 108. Okay, so I want to remap this range to a new target range. Okay, so we can do so by putting a construct domain over here. Construct domain, plug it here, and then we can control our start and our end domain. Okay, so I want to maybe give you a value of minus 10. So let's say, I'm not too sure, 20 maybe. Okay, so now let's see whether we can remap this. Okay, so now let's control this value. Yeah, you can see we can remap them. Let me hide the original points and the curves. So this is the distribution that we are looking at. Okay. Let me bring this closer, this point closer. Okay. Let me bring this back. Okay, maybe something like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is to apply a maelstrom to bend the distribution of the points. Okay, and we can do so by going to transform, morph, and use this maelstrom. Okay, and we're going to apply to the points that we have created. Okay, so plug into this, and this is going to be a bit tricky, so I hope I will get it right the first time. The first and the second are numbers that controls the, you can look at the help. Okay, you can see that there is a first radius and a second radius, and we need to give angle value which is in radians, so we need to do some kind of conversion over here. So let me just plug in some kind of value. First, second, okay, and then there's this angle which is in radians, so I'm going to do some kind of conversion. Okay, so let's give a 0 to 360 degree. Okay, and you can see that, yeah, we're able to control the bending of our points distribution. Give a bigger value over here, let's say 500. Okay, so we got some kind of a point distribution over here, and we can control them further by using these controls. Okay, now I want to create like circles that will vary in size based on its relationship to the center. Okay, and we can do so by using the orient command. So I'm going to type orient. Okay, and then let's put the initial circle. I go to a circle primitive. I'm going to use a circle defining using the base plane and radius. Okay, so there's a circle over here. Let's give it a bigger radius so that we can see it better. Okay, we got a circle over there. And now let's plug this to the geometry, and our source needs to be a plane. Okay, which correspond to this location, which is quite easy to do by going to the plane and give it a XY plane. Okay, so it's at this is our source origin. Okay, you can plug this as well, it will work as well. and plug this here. Okay, and then our target are actually all the locations of these points. Okay, and what I can do is to do a, let me copy this XY plane, plug it inside here, and you can see that we got lots of planes along here, and we can plug this here, and you see that I have circles being distributed along here. However, what I actually wanted is to have a variation in size, okay, that is controllable. And again, we can use the distance AB and bounding it to a scale component to control the size. Okay, so let's do it now. Go and type the distance AB. Okay, the A will be the location of the circle. You can plug this here. Oh, sorry. You can plug this here. Okay. B will be the location of the planes. Okay. I'm going to plug this here. So I got some kind of a distance now. Let's type the scaling. And I need to scale the geometries according to their distance. So these are the geometries. I'm going to plug this here. The center of the geometry will be their respective XY planes. Okay, so I'm going to plug this here, center. And the factor will be something that's based on the distance. However, if I were to plug this here, you'll notice that I'm not able to really control it very well. What I need to do is to use the remap number component again to remap those numbers. Okay, so our distance will be the values, and the source I need to put a bound. Okay, and plug this here like what we did just now. This here. Our target will be a new range. Okay, so I'm going to type construct domain, plug this here, and let's change the target. I think 2 decimal point will do. Gonna plug this here, gonna plug this here, and let's see what can we do. I'm going to plug this here. Okay, yeah, you notice that now I'm able to control the size of that circle in relationship to the distance from the center. Okay, so now let's just hide the original circle so we can see the new ones. Okay, you can see that they are being distributed along here. And if you want to control the distribution of the centers of the circle, you can do so by playing with these values over here. You see? So I think I want something that is something like that. Let's play with that. You can control the number of curve divisions, point divisions by doing this. Okay, so I think something like that will do. Okay, and the last thing we need to do is to perform an array. to replicate all this about this center. So I'm going to do an array, polar array. Let's control the number of counts. Okay, yeah, you can see that now we have created some kind of patterns using this definition, which is good for creating events or holes for product appliances. Let's just play with some of the numbers and see how it looks like. You see, we can create different effects based on our requirements. Okay, so and if you want to control the waviness of the form, you can play with the Maelstrom value. For example, I can play with the angle, and it can give us a very nice, interesting patterns. Okay. Of course, you might have to do a little bit of touching up to make sure that the individual circles do not overlap. Okay, so I don't think I want to spend too much time like dealing with the overlaps at this moment, because it's just a matter of playing with the values. Okay. Okay, you can see you can create nice interesting patterns. Okay, and with that I come to the end of this demo. Hope that has been useful to you. See you. Bye.